Okay. Um, First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. This is something I need to say every time, as much as I can while I can, before things get too bad for me to not be able to say this. I need to be thankful because every day I get to experience what life could have been if things weren't. I don't know. Maybe options were presented to me, or you know, I was raised in a different environment. I live life right now surrounded by perps that are some of the most delusional, clown, trashy, low life on earth. They're truly shit. I'm so thankful, and it's easy to do the things they do. It's really easy. It's like they are in an environment where this is really preferred, and this is what they need from this trash, this clown, and easily done to us target individual. It sometimes is a mixture of comicalness and just disturbingness. I don't even know how to describe that, but reality is just rewired in ways that's so falsified. Yesterday, you've seen the video that I'll make sure that I can promote even better. Because the reality of what we're in as target individual is disturbing. The reality is this: we're a test subject. The government is using us as guinea pigs. What's happening now as a guinea pig in this program where you're a test subject? Weapon systems, technology are applied onto you that can do so much to you. Starting off with the body, how they attack the body with this technology. It can damage your body in so many ways, in such a precise way. It's surreal. For example, me, my bones, my joints, my organs, from my kidneys to my pancreas to my knees are all being damaged and is done remotely. My foot, um, my heartbeat, all of that, my like digestive organs, just damaged, done remotely, and even my brain as an organ is being damaged. But it goes even beyond, because what's also able to do, what's capable with this weapon is your mind, literally, your neural network is compromised, is manipulated, is changed, it's rewired. First of all, you hear this trash. For me, they utilize very childish trash. Childish. That's when you know this. That's why I'm so thankful, because these are doomed without even starting life. They haven't had a chance to live a real life, a life with a little bit of dignity. They're growing up straight up in these disturbing things, and I hear the piped voices into my brain, because this technology, which you heard called voice to skull, is a technology that can literally implant voices. They can pipe their voices into your brain directly. So that it comes in, but on top of that, your thought process, your memories, your experiences, your whole brain, your whole neural network is compromised and manipulated in disturbing, degrading ways, and they pattern you and break you down and try to break you into something you're not. It's always very degrading, and you're gonna hear a lot of pedophilia type of like breaking down. And then they have these clowns, this trash that come. For me, in my case, there's stages where there's very childish like people. This usually comes in when things are really bad. When the psyop, because there is a psyop that is presented to target individual, they come in all different ways. They make you think that it's this organization, this cult, this and that, when the truth is just the government, these governmental entities utilizing this psyop to distort the reality of what this is about. Right? So for me, the psyop was in this like feminists, protectors of children, and this, when the truth is just the opposite, and just truly a fraudulency of a reality, a false reality, so disgusting. This slow life I involve in the program that does evilness, horror to even women. The video I was showing yesterday was something like this. It was a video about this woman here. This is a woman called Megan. This is her that
myself in the camera helping that PTSD. There's that mostly means that, well, I guess it's not regular PTSD because the back of my neck is being vibrated on. It's making my hands and then feet numb and my whole body shake. And I go to like some mentality of like a 4 or 5-year-old. I'm afraid maybe that's not true, and it's just gonna get me killed. It's hard to tell the system that they do bad things because it always wants to believe that it's good. It wants to believe that I'm shaking my head, that I'm bad and the system is good. And the system has raped me and done bad things.
This woman is a target individual. What has happened to her as a child is disgusting. She mentioned being raped, as you hear, and believes she was trafficked as a child, right? Today, as a woman, you hear what's happening to her neck, and this is just a light version of what happens to her today. And it's nasty, right? And so the psyop that was supposed to present to me, that they just present to me as these protectors of women, avenging protectors, and this and that, have been negated by the reality of what they're part of. So the psyop has been this kind of looking really bad. Because the truth is, they are the one who are a threat to children, doing horrible things to women, and then create this disgusting nastiness of a psyop. With me, what's happening, what's so disgusting about this is I have clowns like this. They're involved in this program that you hear this when you talk about, right? In my brain, they try to play my brain. They're making me imagine her being listen, they tell me they're going to frame me with people like this around here. This trash. Matter of fact, in my brain, they're creating this thought process that's so disturbed, and I'm going to try to articulate as much as I can, but it's just so stupid at the same time that it's hard to even articulate without sounding completely out of it. But there's people like that involved, right? And you see they're looking at their phone, right? Because apparently when they look at their phone, that means that your brain is just not being manipulated. It's just they're supposed to look like credible to you. They are involved in what you just heard. They are involved in the system that this woman is describing. And so trash like that are supposed to apparently are going to frame me, pretending that they got raped by me. You can hear me speaking, it's getting a little of a problem here, but I'm going to try to articulate as much as I can, say the same things as much as I need to say. So I'm supposed to be framed by this trash. Matter of fact, when I look at her, they try to make her look like a victim of mine or some trashy low life, some sad, pathetic trash. When the truth is, she look like a loser, a sad, pathetic human being that's out here today pretending she got raped. So sad. Well, not so sad. I don't feel bad for them. But so pathetic. It's so nasty. And so they've been around me with these psyops of trying to present themselves as these protectors of kids and this and that, when the truth, they're nasty. They torture children. And today, as an adult man, they're forcing me to get nasty reaction to children. They're nasty. And they groom children like that to do these things. And they try to make it fun. When you try to coerce people, especially childish people, to be involved, they just try to normalize it. The truth is, they know this at this point. These children today, these low life retards, negates the reality every day. I make sure of that. They're gonna listen to the issues, the reality, what they're part of. They're gonna hear in the network they're part, in the group, in the program they're in, what they do to women, to children. Every day they have to listen to that. Every day they have to listen to the entities that make them have fun, enjoy themselves this way with this technology. Who's the pedos? Who's really in charge? This loser, they let them fantasize and create a fantasy of what this is about. Create their reality. But this is the reality. They have to deal with it and negate it. I make them work in order to be conscious of what they're part of. So they can every day that consume the reality of what they're part of. Every day they're gonna live life putting effort in negating the reality of what they're part of. Making sure that they understand what they're part of. For them to take so much effort to try to block out the testimony of this woman, to try to block out the reality of what this program is about. To take all of that is me making sure that they consume the reality. And so they have to negate that. Eating the reality of what they're part of. No fantasy here. Truly seeing what they deserve to be, what they deserve to happen to them, what needs to be, what they deserve in life for what they're part of. Every day they need to consume that. Putting no escapism. It was going to happen regardless, but I want them to be conscious of it. So when we see each other, I made you work to negate this. I made you work to block the reality. You can play night. It can be this childish. No, you're gonna eat this, consume the reality, and try to negate this. With me, the way they've been negating things is just so nasty lately. Because of this horrible testimonial, and because the people who put me in this program, these people are the employer who put me in this program. I started working in 2014ish, around that time. I started working for this company, a very influenceable company in politics. It's a private company. It's a company that has nothing to do with politics, but has given a lot of money to politics. Today, if you see the elections going that far in regard of who won and what, it's because, well, maybe not because, but they gave a lot to help that happen. A lot. Financial wise. They donate a lot of money, and it seems like what they've donated, they saw their investment return. What they invested in, they showed the results are there, and they invested a lot for the result they're seeing today. Right? Obviously, they're not the only one, but let's just say they're recognizable group of people. They're up there. And the psyop that was presenting to me was a psyop of like this liberal, progressive, and this and that. This fantasized reality, when in the truth they just low life. Wanting to create a diluted reality and making me accept this false reality when I see exactly who destroyed my life. These people destroy my life, and these people, you know who else they donated money to. When I was working there, I noticed something was happening to me. And to be honest, the truth is, listen, in this program, forget about race, forget about gender, forget about age. You are a target individual. It's done. It's not done in a sense, but you're going to be treated as such. It's not because they're racist. It's not because they're sexist. It's none of that. That's how they treat target individual. It's not an easy life. You're treated like crap. And that's part of the program. That's why this woman goes through what she goes through. She's a woman, vulnerable, defenseless, who would want to do this evilness to her. But she's a target individual. And that changes reality. But I was put in this program. So sad. I was put in this program by this employer. And they try to negate things. That's why you hate a no escape campaign. My brain is just being played with. I was put in this program by these people. So sad. Who donate a lot of money, especially on the conservative side. Please reassure you, there's not a lot of people who look like me based on race. Maybe there's, in the company of about 2,000, maybe at the corporate level, there's maybe 6 black people. Really low ratio, especially black men. Very, very small percentage. Tiny percentage. Matter of fact, I was the only one of my gender and my race in my department. Now, I knew I was not a good fit for the culture, but for me, at that point, wanting to stay there, to get some experience because I was fresh out of the university, and so I couldn't be too selective. But they wanted me out, and they got me out by putting me in this program where they got me out forever. This trash, when I was there, they put me in this program, and it became obvious that something was happening. And this program, what they do, once you put in this program, defamation is big. And for me, I realized that when I was there, they were prepping for things to be very disturbing. That was before V2K started, Voice to Skull, when my brain started getting rewired. I was being gaslighted in other ways in the office. And so I realized today, because with V2, now things I've understood all along what was happening then. Oh, okay, they put me in this program, this was going to happen to me. And when they started doing this thing with my brain, playing my brain with these pedophilia things with me, well, the first thing they did before manipulating my brain to get this nasty reaction is make me think of what I did when I was in 8th grade, a child in middle school, that I completely forgot about. Because when I did what I did as a child, it was an act of impulsiveness that I completely forgot in 8th grade, in middle school, a child. So as an adult, I'd never thought about it, because even shortly after I did this thing, it completely went away from my brain, because as a kid, I just did this impulsive act. Didn't understand what I just did. They tried to exaggerate that. It was inappropriate, but they tried to exaggerate to another level. But completely forgot about that. But this trash are using that to make me accepting of this manipulation they make me have today. It's like, no, because remember what you did in 8th grade, the thing that you completely forgot about. That's proof that what you're experiencing today is just what mapped your brain. And they use this different terminology to try to make it sound like they're not manipulating your brain in this degrading pedophilia, which is what they do. They do that to others. Matter of fact, they try to negate that, because in this woman, when she was like a child as young as 4 or 5 years old, things happened to her. And she's talking about how her brain feels like she's a 4 or 5 year old. And the voices in her, and they were trying to negate, they were trying to create this, like, oh, with you, we're doing this thing. When you're experiencing these things for these little girls, these little babies, we're making your brain being a child of like 13, 14 years old. It's like, no, when I was 13, 14, I didn't have this experience, but they tried to create a way for me to accept these things. It's like, no, you see, with her, she says that. Trash. They're known to do this pedophilia type of torture. They're known to rewire the thought process. They're known to alter the mind in these ways. They're known to try to break you down. They pattern you and repattern you. Matter of fact, as I'm speaking about it, they give me sexual stimulation in which I can feel my testicles being played with. Give me a sensation that they want to make me think that I experienced that when I was a kid. It's so nasty. They falsify memories in so many ways. But sometimes it's even worse. The way they falsify my memories, I've been making a lot of videos. This is actually a part 2 of something they started working on it two years ago, to try to create a new perspective of my memories, change a new version. If you go into my videos, you look for something Lotion, you'll see the beginning in 2022 when they start playing my brain like that, changing my memories. And today they try to create this make me accept this false memory by utilizing other things. And I can't believe when I listen to like the different steps of how they manipulate my brain, hearing how they've been changing. Now, when I was working at that place that put me in this program, I remember sometimes the coworker would look at me in different ways and this and that. And I remember just one woman, a weird woman. I'm not going to, actually, her name is Amy. A weird, bizarre woman. Bizarre as it gets weird. She looked at me one day, stared at me. I'm looking at her. I was like, are you looking at me? And she's like, yeah, I'm looking at you. I know. Okay, weird ass. Weird looking woman. Bizarre. So much things going on in her life. And I remember the last day there, I'm about to leave. And she says something about poor baby. I'm like, what is she talking about? I thought she was talking about I'm the baby and I'm poor. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I realized what she was talking about. She was talking about what I did when I was a kid. And talk about poor baby. Try to exaggerate what I did as a child. And today is just disgusting because I know what they do to poor babies. This program literally tortures infants. Babies, like babies. Like 3-week-old babies. And the reason why she was saying that before I left is because she was trying to make it look like, oh, we're doing that because what he did in 8th grade. They have these ways of trying to make themselves be like they're the good avenger when in truth they trash low life that they know in their program they put me in. They torture babies. It is so nasty. I wish I could see her now. With all the validation I have of what they do to poor babies. So today, and the reason why she was looking at me like that is because she was thinking about what I did when I was in 8th grade. And I remember even when I was working there, I remember this creepy person just talking to me in the airplane. We're going to like a place for work. And my manager is sitting one way, and this guy, and I'm in the middle. The guy started talking to me. He's obviously involved in this program. And he asked me in this very creepy way, he's like, were you a good Catholic boy? And I'm like, ooh, that's weird. Because I was talking about me in 8th grade. I went to a Catholic school and all that. And he's like, were you a good Catholic boy? And it was so creepy the way he said that. Like he was into kids in a sexual way. It was a weird thing. And when he said that, I turned around and looked at my manager and go, was it not just weird? My manager was kind of nervous. The reason why he was nervous is because he probably like, oh, he's going to know something about. But at this point, I'm not thinking about what I did as a kid. I don't even remember that. But obviously, that's what they were talking about. I was like, me as a man, you were looking at a kid. How creepy is that? You look at what a child in 8th grade, a child this age, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, if you don't see what a kid is, let me give you an idea. In 8th grade, a kid like that, in 8th grade, they would talk about me at that age. This man, grown man, asking me, were you a good Catholic boy like this kid? Creepy as hell. And so now there's this false memory that I've been playing with when I went to my friend's house back when I was like 19, 20 years old. He had a little cousin, and his cousin's the daughter of his cousin. I'm from like a foreign background. In that foreign background, kids, they put lotion on your skin when you're a kid in the living room. This is normal. And so the mother is putting lotion on her kid. There. What they've been trying to change is like, oh, you looked at this kid in a sexual way. I was like, this kid there. And they tried to change it. They did some disgusting things. It creates a perception that, no, you looked at this kid like this and that, which is what they put in my brain. The truth is, the kid was there. I was like, okay, it's nothing. I grew up in that environment where that's what they do. Even me, as a kid in the living room, I was naked. They'll put lotion. Even sometimes when the guests there, they look at me, okay. But like, no, because what they do now is they look at what they can change to turn into something pedophilia centric. And so this is a black little girl naked. They put lotion on. It's like, oh no, but you looked at her in this way and this way. That's what they do. And so they've been falsifying the memories. 2 years ago. Now what they try to do to validate this false memory. It's like, oh, they go back to this woman looking at me like that. It's like she was looking at you like that because she saw how you were looking at this kid in this way, in this pedophilia way. To make me accepting of this thing, first of all, this trash, this low life, obviously was talking about me or when I was in 8th grade. You're just using that to try to make me accepting of this false memory. And on top of that, she's a fucking perp involved in a program that tortured children. Or put me in a program where they torture children. And they knew they were going to do the pedophilia type of torture. But to make me accepting of this false memory, it's like, no, that's what she looked because she saw that. It's like, no. I know what she saw. She saw me in 8th grade in middle school. But on top of that, this trash is put me in a program where they knew what they do to people mentally, psychologically, playing with the brain in these pedophilia ways. And during that time, they were doing these things to me. The Department of Defense Network was being ranked as top-tier child porn traffickers. Nasty. Falsifying my memories. And using a perp that I have no respect for. That, oh, that's why she was looking at you like that. First of all, it's not true. And second of all, I don't care what the fuck this trash put me in a program that destroys even children. Look at me. I know this program is a program that manipulates people in these pedophilia ways, and she knows that too. So first of all, to try to make me accept your false memory using this fucking low life, you're delusional. Second of all, I know that's not why she was looking at me that way. But they repurpose everything to try to create validation. No, that's why he looked at you like that. They were seeing you. They saw this. They're like, that's what. They have no shame on how they can recreate reality. To make me accept your false memory. For me to think, oh no, it's true that they saw you. We noticed that when you saw that kid. It was like, what? The kids are look, kids, they put, that's, you just in my brain try to alter, and they do that with a lot of memories. If there's black little girls, oh, you feel like that. Oh, I don't feel like that. Matter of fact, sometimes they use the same thing. Huh? There's one guy in the office when I used to work there, because I don't know if they're prepping for the pedophilia type of thing. One day he got up, he's like, hey, I don't know about the pedophilia thing, when he was talking to somebody else who was also perp. And they repurpose this moment to make me think, see, that's what he was saying. He saw that. And so these games are just creating a false reality to make you acceptive of these false memories. And on top of that, they use these false memories to validate the way they force you to experience these reactions when you see children. They create false memories for the purpose of you today when you see a child, and they force you to get this stimulation. It's like, oh no, but you remember what you experienced there, you saw the kid like that. To play with your brain. It is nasty. And there's a whole ecosystem of trash around you that's supposed to gaslight you to accepting this. But in fact, they've been doing that lately because they try to negate what you just heard about this woman. This woman apparently was trafficked as a child. When she's talking about getting raped, she's talking about being a child being raped. That's the reality. That's what they are here falsifying and saying, nah, this Amy person looked at you like this. Big trash. To make you accept your false memories from people who you don't even respect. Some perps. By the way, the company I used to work for, guess what? They sell industrial things. Why would this person... So the person, how is she able to look at this? Unless people who falsify memories, who do the pedophilia type of torture, will show her. And this is in every front. It's stupid. It makes no sense. First of all, obviously, I will never identify to a false memory that I remember I didn't experience this way, because you're going to use this purpose that I don't even respect. Two, of course, I know what she's looking at me like that. You're just repurposing it this way to make me accept of this false memory. This person that I don't even respect for. That you try to make me accept this false memory. They have no shame. But my brain is so destroyed. When I listen to the video I made last year about the exact same thing, I can hear myself like my brain is so destroyed and damaged at this point that the narratives that they create in my brain are taking in even better than before. It's so nasty. Matter of fact, what they've done, like this morning, right? They were talking about, I used to date this person for a while, finding out she was a perp. She had like a younger cousin, like in the late teen. I remember I felt like family when I was there. I remember when we say goodbye, I would hug her, and I feel like, oh, she's like my little sister. It felt like family. You know what they started saying? Oh, you felt like home. But in the, like you're special someone, like you try to change it in that, instead of like feeling like she's like your sister, like family. Feel like, oh, it's like we're family basically. But they try to change it in sexual ways, and now you feel like you're home. No. I feel like it was like a sister. Like my family. You feel like comfort, like home, like sister feeling. But they tried to change. Now you feel like you, and they gave me sensation, stimulation, and changed it from like something that wholesome, like, to something romantic. Because today they tell me they're gonna frame me with this low life, that live life negating reality and try to make me accept these false memories and reactions and stimulations, and do everything possible to make me accept it. It's like, no, but remember, I tracked it. Remember, you followed somebody in 2014, and using this slow life involving a program that would destroy the life of a woman who, when she was a child, was raped, and today her neck is vibrating while they're putting thoughts of what happened to her when she was a 4-year-old. I don't understand how Megan is that strong, but I'm so thankful that she was able to speak up. traumatized individual, this low life will get theirs. Maybe not today, but one day it will come. In the meantime, stay strong, know yourself, and do not identify with none of this nasty manipulation. Their job is to break you down into accepting this false reality. However they put it in, that's their job. My job at the same time is I'm going to make them work to negate the reality what they're part of every day. They're going to face the reality. They're going to consume reality, not their falsified version of reality they put together. They put effort to put together to try to make you accept of it. I know what these people have done to babies, to women, to men, and they get to hear it all the time. Now, I expect some horrible things to happen to me because I put that for them to consume, to put effort to negate in their faces. And they hate that because they wanted to live in the bubble. They wanted to make them forget that, hey, we don't torture children and women like this way. We are not filled with pedophiles in these agencies. We don't do the pedophilia type of torture, we're just mapping. No. So my target individuals stay strong and see this low life for what they are.